How many of you are not from the East Coast? Raise your hands. Okay, how many of you are from New York? Cool. I'm from California, and this professor is too. And there's a different dynamic in California than New York. And coming to college, I was really scared because I knew it was going to be completely different. And I already knew college was going to be a really big change anyways, as most of us probably knew. And it is. There's so many new people, there's different cultures on campus, and college is just a different lifestyle than high school is. But coming from California, the people are way laid back, and in New York, it's just a fast-paced life. So I was really scared and nervous coming to college, and my brother and my sister told me it's going to be completely different. There's going to be so many new people, different cultures, but that I should embrace it. And I found that coming here, not many people wanted to learn about these different cultures and like embrace the people around them. And Megan has other stuff to say about that.
So I attended a lecture last semester about friendship and implicit bias. And one thing that the woman guest speaker said was that when we walk into a room full of people that we are not familiar with, we tend to sit next to a person who we can envision ourselves being friends with. Think back to the first day of classes. Most of us didn't walk in and sit next to someone of the opposite sex and or someone who looked like they would be interested in completely different things as us. And she says that when we walk into a different room, we probably sit next to someone that we can envision ourselves being friends with after a few classes of talking to them, complaining with them about the teacher or the workload or how early and boring the class is. And in a situation like this, we are judgmental. But it seems harmless, right? We're placed outside of our comfort zone, so the most logical thing to do is find someone like ourselves. Wrong. This is where the problem lies. We lack the will to try new things and meet new people. When you are a Democrat and if you sit next to a Republican or if you talk to someone of a different culture or race, that's where you learn the most valuable things. Different opinions, something you never knew before, or just someone's own personal experience. I live in Sheehan Hall, and last semester, or maybe like a couple months ago, we got a new janitor. And he's African American with a little bit of an accent and different than me. And it's unfortunate to say, but most of us look down on janitors. We don't acknowledge the work that they do, and we don't even really try to care sometimes. And we usually ignore them in the hallways or put our heads down when we walk into the bathroom while they're cleaning or taking out the trash, something that I myself am definitely guilty of. But it's silly because they're just another person. But this problem stems from a whole different problem, which is fear. Psychology Today says that more Americans are afraid of unknown outcomes than bad outcomes. 40 million people in the United States get anxiety from the thought of being put in a situation with people they don't know because they feel that they'll be judged. But it sounds crazy, doesn't it? We are so afraid to be in a new situation because we think we'll be judged, but yet when we're in those situations, we judge other people in order to help us cope. So if you can't break through your anxiety and your fear, you could be missing out on some amazing people, places, and ideas. However, this is just a natural way in which we all react to change, but we as a college can do something to fix this, and Emily's going to explain how.
So I have 3 call to actions that you can take. The first one is to go to school events. We have so many different clubs on campus that are for different cultures, just different clubs in general. And I'm a part of a club called the Multicultural Relations Committee. And in March, we put on an event about, it was called The Words They Call Me, and it was about different slander people used to call other people and other cultures just in the world, and it was really interesting. I learned so many new things, and I really encourage everyone to go to this, because coming from a different household and a different culture in that household, you kind of have this mindset of what you believe, but by learning new cultures and learning new things, you can form your own idea. And so my call to action number 1 is to go to different club meetings and learn new things. And by doing that, you can meet new people and get out of your comfort zone. Meeting new people is the best way to learn different things. We always say that networking in college is really important, and outside of college is really important, so you really want to learn how to network. Meeting new people, and by going to these different clubs, you can meet new people, network, and really learn about different things in different cultures on campus. And my third call to action, which is my favorite, is going abroad. Studying abroad is the best way to learn a different culture. And my family is really big on traveling, so this is probably easy for me to say, oh yes, I'll just, go on a plane, study abroad for a semester. But a lot of people are really scared to do this because they have never been out of the country, or they just are really scared. And I encourage everyone to study abroad because, on Marist, on this campus, we have so many different programs that are for so many, there's a program out there for you. And everyone I talk to that has studied abroad says that it's the best experience of their life, and it really changes your life. My brother studied abroad, and he said he's really upset that he only went for a semester. So I really encourage everyone to study abroad. You can learn so many different things, new cultures, and meet a lot of new people.
So our problem with being afraid of trying new things and meeting new people lies in all of us, so don't be afraid. However, some of the most outgoing social butterflies out there have had times where they were afraid to go out and meet new people. However, the difference is that they overcome it. Usually those people are the most outgoing and most social because they have met new people, they've tried new things like joining clubs and teams and traveling, studying abroad, like Emily said, that they've been molded into a open-minded and experienced person. Remember the janitor story I was telling you? So one day I decided I'm just gonna say hi to him, smile, see what happens. And so I did, and he waved back and he smiled, and I was like, wow, that really wasn't so hard. And he's just a man who's doing his job, going about his way, and he's so nice. And so now we see each other about 2 or 3 times a day. He says hi, he asks me how I'm doing, if I'm going to class, and we have a nice little conversation. And I never would have known this if I would have continued to put my head down as I walked and lived in fear of meeting new people just because he seemed different than me. Emerge from your turtle shell. Meet new people, try new things, travel to different places. We all did it when we came here to Marist in August. Now most of us have a whole new set of friends, live in a completely different place, especially Emily, and are gaining experience in so many different things. This was not our comfort zone 8 months ago. This classroom was definitely not any of our comfort zones 4 months ago. We all admitted to being petrified of taking this class, but look where we all are now. Next semester, on the first day of classes, use your judgment for good. Walk into class, sit next to someone that you couldn't imagine yourself being friends with, and strike up a conversation. You could learn something new, you could end up trying something new, or you could just end up relating to someone you didn't think you had anything in common with. Either way, you'll be bettering yourself and your community.